Okay.
And if they come up again after this, we'll just maybe we'll do a bit of catch up talk to summarize
Okay.
that
It's
before.
fine.
Okay.
I actually have a presentation, and so maybe if I'm through and some people come along the line, I can still go over if we have the time to do that. That's fine, yeah?
Okay. Yeah. That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, fine. So we should start?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hi, my name is Samira Farouk, and I'm Executive Director of Bishay Farms as well as Serendipity Healthcare Foundation. I'm based in Kano. I'm married with 4 kids. I'm an advocate actually of health, eating healthy, purely organics, and I had that passion ever since I was young as a result of when my father passed away, and we couldn't help him out because his system was compromised, his immunity was compromised. And so that builds my passion to do everything in the most natural way possible so that we can live fulfilling and wholesome lives. I have been a poultry and livestock farmer for the past 11 years. And I started off as a conventional farmer, but it didn't go down well with me. I lost a lot of livestock as well as poultry. So my father was an organic farmer anyway. So I now took up his notes and decided, okay, let me give you a try and see if it works. And voila, for the past 9 years now, it has been very, very successful. And I also am an executive director of Serendipity Healthcare Foundation. We do interventions in health issues, malaria, HIV and AIDS, and as well as water and sanitation. So that's a bit about me. So we're going to delve into the matter at hand today. What I want to talk about is about women's health and how to manage it. There's a whole lot of things in regards to women's health, because a lot of us, majority, were under a lot of stress in terms of family, in terms of business, and so our health is usually kept in the back burner. So in order for us to be very, very efficient in everything that we do, we have to create a work-life balance. And that work-life balance has to do with your health. And so I'm going to talk basically about immunity, how to build your immunity, because once your immunity is built up, you will not be susceptible to a lot of diseases and all of that. Yeah, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share a PowerPoint presentation. Oh, they said you disabled my screen sharing. I can't share my, yeah.
Okay, don't worry, I'll make you a co-host so you can share your screen. Okay, yeah, so you can share your screen now.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Share. Okay. Yeah. So can everybody see that? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to talk about women's health and how to manage it. Like as I said earlier on, it's all about boosting your immunity. Now, putting your health in your hands. Over the past few decades, like as I said earlier on, women have been battling with health issues, from being obese to being underfed to being malnourished. And whenever we feel sick, we go straight to the doctors. We're looking for quick fix. And that quick fix does not actually relieve us. And when we took the few drugs, we think we're well again, and then we go back falling ill after maybe 2 or 3 weeks or a month later. Our life expectancies are reducing, as well as those of our children, because it has been estimated that they will live 10 years lesser than what we do. So, and most of the women folk and even men folk are dying of avoidable diseases which can be cured simply by boosting your immunity. Now, is your food robbing your health? If we want to really regain true health, we must eat and properly digest wholesome foods. There's a link now between what we eat and the diseases that comes more apparent these days. I don't want to talk about the current pandemic because it's actually, to me, I feel is actually overflogged because there are other ailments that are killing faster than the COVID-19. Research has shown that people actually get better from COVID-19 once you get it. If you take the right drugs, you take the right food. So what is most important is that we should gain a healthy lifestyle and eat wholesome food so that we'll be able to reduce the number of processed foods that we eat and then include fruits and vegetables into our diet. And of course, as well, reduce the kinds of meats that we eat. Yeah? Now, the leading causes of death from the CDC, I got this up from the CDC here in Nigeria, and the highest causes of death amongst women are maternal related diseases. Most of the women, especially in the northern Nigeria, have maternal related deaths due to malaria, pregnancy-induced hypertension, pelvic inflammatory diseases, and all of that. And the next one that is actually most alarming is cancer. You can see from the whole, from my slides that I've written, you have all these diseases that are common to not only women, to actually men as well. So what are causing these things? The only way to be able to reduce and at least prevent these diseases is to tackle your immune system, to remove any underlying health issues or any disease outbreak that might come out as a result of your immune system being compromised. The immune system protects the body from illness, infection, and diseases, and it's a complex system that uses different body tissues and chemical reactions to defend our bodies from harmful invaders like bacteria, viruses, microbes, free radicals, and parasites. There are different types of invaders. Now, I want to say something here. Free radicals are actually what reduces our immunity in the system, is what actually makes our immunity to be compromised. Immune system helps us. It comprises of lymph nodes as well as white blood cells that help fight. They are actually the army that help fight all these invaders, parasites, bacteria, viruses that comes into our system. Now, if we have the environment that is not clean. For instance, you have, we're inhaling paint fumes, exhaust fumes, fuel fumes, and all of that. It compromises our immune system. So it is actually very important that our environment itself, this is where climate change comes in. Our environment itself, we have to take care of our environment because that is the only way we'll be able to be free from all of these free radicals. Now, what comprises our immune system? We have the lymphatic system, which plays a large role in the immune function. We have the lymph vessels. Lymph vessels are located, usually my screen is not too outblown, but it's usually located where the hip part of the human skeleton is. That's where the lymph vessels are. Now, the lymph nodes that we have, they transport the nutrients to the various organs of the body and removes any excess substance from them. Now, this lymph nodes contains white blood cells. They are actually, like I said earlier on, they're the soldiers of our body that kills a wide range of harmful invaders. The white blood cells are manufactured in the thymus. The thymus is actually here, is actually just above your collarbones. That's why you see some people have this goiter, when they don't take enough vitamin E or vitamin C or vitamin D. Here gets inflamed. So the thymus is the one that produces these white blood cells. Yeah. And of course, the bone marrow itself. The bone marrow, that's one of its functions as well in producing these white blood cells. So these two particular organs in the body releases this into the lymph nodes, and it circulates through the lymph vessels to their final destination. Yeah. Now, the risk factors, like as I said earlier on, our diet and our lifestyle, it plays a huge role in our immune system's ability to keep our body functioning at its best. So if you take unhealthy foods, you take processed foods, junk foods, and you have a lifestyle habit where you don't sleep 8, 6 hours, at least minimum 6 hours, it all brings stress into your body. If you take alcohol and your environment has a lot of all of this pollution, the gases and all that. And I'm so happy, well, I wouldn't say really happy though, with the coming of this COVID-19, at least it's been reported in India that they are actually seeing the Himalayas mountains because the air is so pure, it's so clean now. And even in China, the pollution has reduced. So you see, all of these are the free radicals that destabilize all the healthy atoms we have in our body. So it causes cell damage that can eventually lead to illnesses and diseases. So when our immune system constantly is working to defend against all of these free radicals, right? It doesn't have enough resources to actually tackle the viruses and bacteria, as well as the parasites that might come up after trying to deal with the free radicals. So it is very, very important that we keep our immune system in check. Because if we do not do that, we are susceptible to all of these diseases. That's why you have some people, I've heard a lot of people that have said that, yes, some people have the immunity, they have the blood to withstand some illnesses and some don't. It's not rocket science, it's actually your immune system. So if you are exposed to a lot of free radicals and you don't have a healthy lifestyle and you eat a lot of junk food, your immune system will eventually be compromised. There is no right time, or there's no, how would I put it? There is no beginning time or stop time for you to start building your immune system. You can try it out with your kids. Your kids, you can start building their immunity from as little as 5 years. Teach them how to eat healthy, how to live healthy, how to have a healthy lifestyle, and they would not fall susceptible to any disease. Yeah, I hope I'm not too fast. Okay, okay.
You're
So,
fine.
okay, so because it affects the immune system, the free radicals that comes into our body, the immune system fights infections and diseases every single day. So it plays a very essential role in protecting our health. It involves in repairing a pepper cut, or as well as a life-threatening disease, more or less like how would I put it, diabetes. If your immune system is very, very strong, at least the chances of you falling into a diabetic coma, just like how my late father did, or having hypertension that it it knocks you out a lot. The immune system, for you to boost the immune system, it reduces, I wouldn't say it stops it if you have it already, but at least it reduces the number of times that you fall ill. Yeah. So we have to build our body to be able so that the white blood cells will be able to fight any illness or diseases or injury or threat that comes up to us. However, when this immune system is compromised, like I said earlier, it's a playing field for bacteria and viruses, which causes conditions like colds and flu. That's why you see a lot of people, and funny enough, the COVID, one of the passages at which it comes is one of them is through colds and flu. These are one of the systems. So if you have a protective, if your immune system is overworked, you won't be able to fight the cold and flu like, because cold and flu, it's supposed to follow a natural course of like 7 days. I've heard a lot of people say that, okay, when you have a cold and flu, you should take a flu shot, or you should take a lot of medications, sort of antibiotics and all of that. But if you take plain vitamin C, take a lot of fluid, it will run its course of 7 days, and then you feel that by the 8th day you start getting better. Because why? Your immune system is building. So now, if the immune system is compromised, you're susceptible to colds and flu, to inflammation, especially we women. You know, when you pass the age of 40, you have, like one of my sister-in-law said, she said life begins at 40. So at 40, you start taking your health very, very serious as a female. Take a lot of calcium. You ensure that you don't have inflammation that comes into your body. And then, of course, the one that is being dreaded by a lot of people now, which is cancer, because cancer it has no age limit anymore. Because I've heard of cases of cancer in children as young as 11, 10 years old. So, and this is all part of having a compromised immune system. So, for you to prevent immune issues, you should live a healthy lifestyle, like I said. So what brings out a healthy lifestyle is your free radicals intake is low. Intake is low in the sense that you are not around where there's a lot of exhaust fumes, or where somebody is smoking a cigarette, or where you have somebody's painting a house and all of that. You try to limit yourself from getting those free radicals into your system, and as well as avoiding processed foods. I know it is very difficult. A lot of us like taking junk food, burgers and all of that. Yes, once in a while, I wouldn't tell you totally stop taking burgers food, but at least limit it to at least once a week, so that you know that yes, you're taking it, you're not missing out on it, but at least it doesn't form a main form of your diet. Yeah. And then there's some people, I know of somebody, he's a friend of mine, he is a hypochondriac. Every little thing he's always popping pills. And I keep on telling him, popping pills will make your white blood cells not to be able to fight any life-threatening diseases if it comes to you today. So it is very important that you stop taking these drugs. However, he has stopped it, but he can't still do without taking paracetamol anytime he has headaches. So I told him that there are various herbs and spices at which you can take that reduces inflammation of any pain that you have. So, and then the last one that prevents your compromise and you having a compromised immune system is your stress level. We women, I'm sorry to say it, we're always under a lot of stress. I don't know why we're trying to prove to ourselves or to prove on something that, okay, we're achievers. Yes, we're achievers. We're born to lead. We're born to be successful, but there should be a work-life balance. You should be able to know your stress level. Take a break, sit back sometimes, and ensure that what you're doing in terms of your family, in terms of your business, does not pull a strain on your health. So it is very, very important that we take good care of our stress levels, because being stressful in your life is an easy passage for your immune system to be compromised. Yeah? So we'll go on to the next one. Now, the recommended fruits and seeds and vegetables that will boost your immunity. Carrots. Carrots, bell peppers, dark leafy greens, sunflower seeds, almonds, papaya, strawberries, citrus, broccoli, spelled sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, oats, and garlic. Now, all of this Some of them are, garlic is an antibiotic. It helps a lot in terms of treating viral and bacterial infections. Sesame seeds are very, very, sesame seeds, sorry, I took this off, I told you I have a book where I've written about women's health. Sesame seeds and pumpkin seeds, all of them contain zinc. Zinc is actually one of the things that will help to boost your immunity in terms of making you feel better and healthier. Papaya, strawberries, citrus, and broccoli all contains vitamin C. Vitamin C, of course, we know is one of the things that helps in curing colds and flu. Sunflower seeds and almonds, oh, these are my favorite, is vitamin E. It helps with your collagen levels. It helps for a woman if you have vaginal dryness. It will help you. So if you take sunflower seeds and almonds, it helps a lot in terms of taking care of your vaginal health. Now for green peppers, bell peppers, carrots, dark leafy greens all contain vitamin A that will help in your eyesight. That will help you if you like, for me, for instance, that I'm using glasses. So I take a lot of carrots, I blend a lot of carrots that will be able to help me to see better. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen a doctor. My eyesight has not gone more than minus 1.75 ever since I've been using glasses. And this has been for like 5 years running. So these are actually good to boost your immunity. What is actually the key things for you to boost your immunity is vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin D, and of course, antibiotics that will help you. Yeah. Now, recommended fruits and vegetables to reduce inflammation. We have spinach, blueberries, cherries, avocados, salmon, walnuts, papaya, pineapple, turmeric. Turmeric is actually an anti-inflammatory herb. If you take it with, because if you take turmeric on its own, it will not work as much as if you mix it with black pepper, because the black pepper will be able to bring out actually the property that would make any inflammation that you have to reduce. Now, pineapple and papaya, they have this enzyme called bromelain. Bromelain is actually good for women that we have arthritis. It helps us out. And as well as avocado, salmon, and walnuts, they're good for omega H3. Omega H3 is actually what is used to reduce aging, the signs of aging. So if you take avocado, salmon, and walnuts, it will help you a lot. Now for spinach, blueberries, and cherries, it helps you with the flavonoids. Flavonoids are actually what are good. It will help your skin to glow, and it will help protect you from getting susceptible to your immunity falling below what is supposed to be. So flavonoids are actually good, and spinach, blueberries, in fact, all the berries, not only blueberries, but all the berries, raspberry, blueberries, strawberries, all of that will help you in boosting your flavonoids. Yeah. Now, recommended blast for cancer prevention. We have the kale, we have the turnip greens, we have the spinach as well, we have the broccoli, we have the Brussels sprouts, we have the zucchini, we have the apples, and all berries, broccoli as well. Again, cauliflower, citrus, green tea, barley, cremini mushrooms. Now, these cremini mushrooms, there are different kinds of mushrooms. You have the shiitake mushrooms, you have the maseki mushrooms. Each mushroom has its functions. Now, but the cremini mushrooms are very, very key in helping to prevent cancer. So if you take a lot of this together with some Brazil nuts, if it is available. Here in Nigeria, it's very, very difficult to get Brazil nuts. So, but the alternative to Brazil nuts, you can use you can use walnuts, these African walnuts. It could help. It's like a replacement of Brazil nuts if you can't get Brazil nuts. And then of course brown rice. Brown rice is also good. So all of this contains flavonoids, contains vitamin A. Green tea, when I say green tea, you know, a lot of us will go, oh, okay, let me get to a supermarket and buy green tea, because there you have Tetley, you have the Old Spice, you have all of them, all of these popular names. But let me give you one secret here today. If you really want to you get green tea, if you can find in your locality somebody that has pawpaw tree, guava tree, mango tree, um, pineapple tree, just cut the leaves, wash it properly because of dust and anything that might come on. When you wash it properly, put five leaves of those, any of those trees that you've cut, any of those leaves that you've cut. Boil it for like 5 minutes, not boiling point, boil it for like 5 minutes so that the properties come out. And then you drink it, you put it in a cup, and you take 1 teaspoon of honey, natural honey. Of course, we have a lot of people that say sell fake honey, but you and I know how to detect a good honey, right? So you put a teaspoon into that. When you strain the water from the green tea, you put a teaspoon into it and you drink it, and then you're good as done. That to me is taking proper green tea, not the one that they sell in supermarkets, please, because all those ones have been processed, have gone through a process and all of that. So it actually reduces the potency of it. So for you to take green tea, it is actually advisable if you have a friend or you know somebody that has these trees planted in their houses, and you pluck five leaves are okay for you. In the morning, you take it as your morning tea. Yeah. Now, tips. These are basically tips that I would give you. They're not too much, but could help you as you go in your day a day in helping in your health. Eating an egg a day, because egg contains contains a lot of amino acids that are good in boosting your immunity. You can take you can take any kinds of eggs. I've been asked severally, what's the best kind of eggs to take? I wouldn't say there's a right egg, because in all eggs that comes in, they have all of these essential amino acids, whether it's quail eggs or chicken eggs or turkey eggs or the local chicken eggs that you have, any kind of eggs that is coming out from a poultry. Those kinds of eggs have been able to help you, or duck eggs. These eggs, all of them contains essential amino acids. So whichever one is your preference, please ensure that you eat an egg every day. It will help to boost your immunity. I talked about vaginal dryness earlier on. If you drink a lot of water, take vitamin E, 100 milligram daily, or you get vitamin A and vitamin E oils and mix it with jojoba oil, and you rub it at that particular point every day. It cures vaginal dryness. A lot of people are saying, I've heard and I've seen on the internet, people are saying, oh, take this concoction and all of that. No, just take a lot of it, and especially for women that have passed the age of 40. Whether we like it or not, we start experiencing vaginal dryness. So if you drink a lot of water, let's say 8 glass or 6 glasses of water a day, depends on what you can tolerate. Take a lot of water, take vitamin E, the 100 milligram daily. And if you want, if you're not satisfied, you want to go the extra mile, you can get vitamin A oil and vitamin E oil and mix it with jojoba oil and rub it there. Now, one thing I've always advocated on is people should stop taking a lot of aspirin in terms of pains and all of that. Because why? Aspirin, tetracycline, diuretics, antacids, they stop calcium formation in the body, especially for women. Because when you pass the age of 40, your production of calcium starts reducing. That's why you see a lot of us when we're standing, I have a lot of friends, to get up from a seat, it's hell, or to stand up from it, you have this cap pain that comes up on your body. It's a natural aging process. And so for you not to have such to come on, you need to increase your calcium intake. Calcium intake, of course, we know milk is one of them. I've heard a lot of people say, no, don't take too much milk. If you can't tolerate milk, please take yogurt. And in here in the north, we call it kindirmo, which is the natural cow yogurt. At least take it once a week, even if anything, but include milk in your diet, especially if you've crossed the age of 40. Now, if you want to prevent wrinkles, I know there are cosmetics out there that would tell you, okay, take this, rub this on your face to prevent wrinkles. The first secret to prevent wrinkles when you've crossed, well, I wouldn't say cross the age of 40, when you have started getting old and you start aging due to free radicals, stress, and all of that, eat protein. If you eat protein, you would see a lot of people would ask you that how come you don't have a lot of wrinkles on your face? You look younger. And of course, it prevents hypoglycemia that can occur to you, especially for women. So also, always take protein. Protein can come in the forms of taking beans. I'm a fan of ewa going. I I have a I have a friend that she's always anytime she makes ewa going. I don't know how to prepare it, but I always tell her that when you make, always keep mine for me. So ewa going is very good, I tell you, and I tell you it helps prevent wrinkles. So include protein in your diet. It is very important. Vitamin B complex, vitamin C. You find out that your skin is glowing. A lot of people will now ask you, what's the cream you're using? I don't believe in all these, my people say, shafe, rub this cream and all that. Yes, it helps, but let the glow come from inside. Let it come from inside. Improve your collagen with what you eat. Because when you eat the right things, you take the right things, your body glows. You don't need to rub all of that. Yes, you can, but you need to take these things so as you glow from the inside. Yeah. So for aching, evening primrose oil is one of it, and flaxseed. For me, it is very difficult to get evening primrose oil, but it's very easy to get flaxseed. Flaxseed is sold very cheap here. So I always take it. What I do, I grind it, because taking it on its own is very, it's not as effective as grinding it. So grind the flaxseed oil, and if you can get sunflower seed, grind it. It helps with your hormonal imbalance. If you have hormonal imbalance, menstrual irregularities, you are not ovulating. What I do from the first day to the 14th day of my period, that's the first day I see my period, I grind flaxseed oil, flaxseed itself, as well as sunflower seed. I grind it and I take it for the first 14 days. From the 15th day to the next 28 days, for some women is 30 days, for some women is 32 days. For how long it takes you, I am a 28-day woman. So from the 15th day to the 28th day, what I do, I get pumpkin seeds as well as chia seeds. I grind them. For each one of them, I take 1 tablespoon and I put it inside a glass. I put little warm water with a teaspoon of honey and I take it. It helps you a lot in regularizing if you have menstrual pain, if you have menstrual irregularities, if you're having problems with your pelvis, it helps that. That's in the next tip that I gave, which is seed cycling. It helps to regulate your hormonal imbalance. Then a lot of us women, we skip breakfast. we believe, oh, okay, I don't have the time. I have a lot of work or the kids and all of that. We skip, but try as much as, even if you don't take lunch, take breakfast. Breakfast is very, very important. And always space your meals every 3 hours in small portions, inclusive of fruits and vegetables. Because once you pass the age of 40, once you start aging, you find out that the quantity of food you eat is not as much as what you used to eat when you were much younger. So that's why I am recommending taking every 3 hours, you take your meals, and always ensure you have fruits and vegetables included in every meal that you take. Yeah. But one thing I would leave with us before I round up is that if you're going to start any diet or any regime, with all what I have said, please consult your medical doctor. If you have an underlying ailment, maybe diabetes or hypertension or asthmatics and all of that, ensure that you speak with your medical doctor, because such that most of these medications we're taking already can have a counter effect with some of these fruits, herbs, spices, and vegetables we're taking. So it is always important that they are aware of what you want to do in terms of building your immunity, in terms of improving your health issues, and in terms of improving on your lifestyle. So with that, that is all I have to say about women's health. I know I have crossed my limit of 30 minutes. I'm sorry about that, crossed my limit of 30 minutes. So that's my contact details. If you want to know more, I have written a book about health issues, your cardiovascular health, hypertension, diabetes. Is something I had a passion with research with Swedish University in Switzerland. I'm partners with them because I have a certification in organics from them. So this is something I've done research on. So I've written a book. So you can contact me. We'll talk more if you want to have a hold of my book. And so that's about wraps it up. So if we have any questions, please feel free to ask before we round up.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was very, that was huge. I mean, if you have to stay here till for the next 3 hours, I'm sure we'll still have a lot of questions to ask. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for your time. I've got a question and I've written it there on the chat.
Okay.
I said, you said turmeric will not work on its own, but black pepper is not soluble when you take turmeric milk. So if you strain the turmeric milk drink with black pepper in it, is that still effective as well? Or because I know I tried it for the past few days, I've been trying turmeric milk to boost the immune system, and I had to add black pepper, but you have to do that into it, but it's not soluble. So how is this still effective, or do you really need to blend the black pepper and make it into proper dust to be able to absorb it into the body?
Yeah. You have to blend it to become into like fine powder. That's the only way it will work. Yeah, because the seeds itself, if you get the black pepper and you have this grinder, it doesn't grind
No.
completely, so it's not soluble. It will not work. The effect at which, because the black pepper is supposed to enhance the quercetin in the turmeric milk for you to take, for it to work for any inflammation you have, any pain, any muscle pain, or you're tired, or you want to sleep better, and all of that. The black pepper will actually help and activate it. It will activate the casein, the cumin, the curcumin property in turmeric milk. Yeah, so it has to become a fine powder. So
Okay.
I don't know where you're located, because there's some shops that sell the fine powder itself, not the black pepper. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you go to purchase the black pepper, ask for the one that has been grounded into powder. I don't think it should be difficult to get.
Okay.
You should be able to get it, yes. So when you're doing your turmeric milk, please add the one that has the fine powder. That's the only
Okay.
way it can be activated. Yeah,
All right.
and
Okay.
can be
And the
soluble.
turmeric, I know it's powdery, but I kind of sieved it out because it was kind of a sediment, and I had to sieve it out. And I was thinking to myself, I might not just waste my time here. So it was good you brought this up. So I know I have to really, but then it doesn't dissolve, so you have to find a way of just getting it
Yeah,
in.
but one thing I advise for the if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to take if you want to sieve it, and actually it's advisable you take it as it is instead of sieving it out,
Yeah.
because you're actually sieving out all the properties from
That
it.
needs for the
So it
body.
is
Yeah.
better for you to take it. Usually what I do, because turmeric, to be honest with you, it has like a very bitter taste. So
Mm,
when you've taken the milk, when you've done the portion of the turmeric and the milk and the black pepper, when
yeah.
you've taken it, allow it to sip. Allow it to sip for like 3 minutes in
Okay.
your warm water, right? And then you take it. When you take it, at the bottom, you
Yes.
still have the
Yeah.
grains there. So
Yeah.
try as much as possible
To
to
take
take
care of
the
it.
grains as well. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, because even if you get the fine powder itself, you would still have those grains at the bottom of the teacup. It will
Mm,
still be there. So that's why I always advise people to allow it to sip, because when it sip, it goes to the bottom. So when you're about reaching the end of the teacup,
yeah. You
when
can
you're
take it.
drinking it, you're actually drinking plus with the grains that are coming. So you wouldn't feel too much of it.
Oh,
Yeah?
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Winnie, any have you got any questions before we finally close? Winnie, okay, her mic is mute. All right. So thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much for your time. I'll still send a message to you anyway because I need another information.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm there. Sorry, I was
Yeah. Have you
moving
got,
because I didn't want to make any noise.
no,
Yes, no, it was a good content actually. I just liked, so hopefully next time if she comes again, I'll make sure that I've got my pen and write all the
yeah.
advice. Yeah, yeah,
No
because really
problem, no problem. It's okay,
yeah,
it's
really this
fine. We
one we need
understand these
some.
issues.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
need some supplements and all that. So yes, of course, I like the content that you're saying. Like if someone is taking medication, they needed really to check because some supplements can actually have an effect on your normal
Exactly.
medication that you're taking.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
just have to really be careful and adjust on that bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks very much for the content.
No, no problem. It's my pleasure. I'm
Thank you
happy to
very
be
much.
here.
Thank
Thank you.
you. And hope you will not mind us calling you again because it seems it's 30 minutes, 1 hour was not enough to really dig deep into what we really need. But I mean to everything we need as women. But
Yeah.
you've kind of scratched the surface. Thank you very much. Someone like me asked me what's flaxseed. I'll have to go on the internet to search. Maybe it's even something I've come across before. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something you
So
have
things
come
like
across.
that. Yeah.
Actually, as well, can I just ask because I know there's flaxseed oil that you can take like olive oil. Will it be okay to just like use flaxseed oil
No,
instead
no,
of?
I would advise you use the flax seed itself instead of the oil, because unless you're making the oil yourself, because most of these oils have gone through a process, and
Mhm,
some for it to last for a while, some preservatives have been added to them. So
mhm,
it is advisable, if you're going to take the flaxseed oil, either the oil or the seed. But if you're taking the oil, please make sure you do it yourself. That would be
mhm.
another, if I'm called up on again, I can teach you how to make oils out of all of these seeds. How to make
Okay.
your own sunflower oil, flaxseed oil, all of them, jojoba oil, name it. It's very easy. So
Oh,
it's a process that you can do yourself. Just do it, because I feel that we should go back to nature. We should get what nature is giving to us and do it ourselves. Yeah. I
Mhm,
know we would say it's cumbersome and the process and all that, but with a lot of resilience, a lot of persistence, you will get it to come to you like like second best by the time you start doing it. For me, it is easy. I don't, at first when I started, it was very difficult, but now it's like second to none to me. Yeah. So
But
it's a
Okay.
gradual process. It's not something that's at the drop of the hat you take off. No, just build each day as it comes. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So those of us here, like both of us, myself and Winnie, we live in the UK. So I'm sure getting those things, you have to get the processed one. You can't really get the organic ingredients, like when you say sunflower, flaxseed, and all of these things. I'm not sure. I don't know if they have it in Holland and Barrett, or all of these stores. And even if they have it, maybe it's processed. We don't know yet, but I'll make my research. So yeah, I don't know if we can find
No, but
one, but it would be nice
you
to.
can get some organic, you can get some organic
Yeah,
oils.
from Holland and Barat, yes, Puni, you can get all of them
Exactly,
mostly.
exactly. You
Okay.
Yeah,
can get organic
yeah.
oils, yes.
Hmm.
For
Yeah.
them, yes, I am sure they don't go through all the process of adding preservatives and
Oh,
all.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
from them
Because
you can get organic.
yes, because I'll check on Barat if they've got, so organic flaxseed oil would be okay.
Yes, it will be okay,
Okay.
very
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think they've got it in Barat.
yeah,
I've seen it in Tesco as well, Puni.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, where you can find the olive oil. I think the flaxseed oil is there as well.
yeah, yeah.
All
That
right.
would be great.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, and have a good evening.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you, and you too. My
Thank you.
regards to everybody. Bye.
Bye. You too.
Bye.
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 Thank
Bye.
you.